Okay, so I lied to you. I'm sorry. I presented so many options, and those options are good options, and I still want to watch those movies with you, but like, I just have a lot of Twilight love in my life right now. It's been so long since I've watched this movie. Oh, it's really long though. It's like 2 hours. Without further ado, let's watch one of the best movies that has ever been made. There is something about the Summit logo that just like sparks so much, I don't know, what is it, nostalgia?
I'd miss the heat.
It just really confuses me. Like, I'm sorry, but it just really confuses me how this girl is so pale, but she's from Arizona. That's literally it's not possible. Either she would get sunburns a lot and she'd always be complaining about how her skin is like chapped and awful, or she would have a tan, right?
But they want to go on the road, so I'm gonna spend some time with my dad.
Why couldn't she have just stayed there though? Like, she had to literally go all the way up to Washington? I mean, I guess she is just gonna take this opportunity to hang out with her dad, which is admirable, but at the same time, if you really don't want to leave Arizona that bad, it doesn't really seem like you have to. Like, she's old enough to be home by herself for a while, unless they're selling the house. Is that what they're saying?
Hair's longer.
Cut it since the last time I saw you.
Hot take, but I feel like the most developed relationship out of this whole story is Bella's relationship with her dad. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's gonna be like, oh my god, Charlie, the unsung hero of the Twilight movies. But I think that if we're talking about how they've developed and kept track of certain relationships throughout all the movies, Charlie and Bella are like right there. I feel like they did a good job with them.
Am I always like this?
It's getting worse with old age.
Okay, see, like, these early conversations are written kind of okay, right? Like, this comes off really authentic to me anyway.
Anything you need? Tour guide, lunch date, shoulder to cry on?
That's such a weird thing to go up to somebody and say. And I get that that's supposed to be the point, but like, is it everyone's mission in this movie to just make Bella extremely uncomfortable? Because they're making me extremely uncomfortable.
Jess, they're not actually related.
Yeah, but they live together. It's weird.
This feels real. This feels like authentic teen gossip mode, you know what I mean? And why is Emmett wearing all white? Like, imagine having the confidence to wear all white.
Who's he?
Oh my god, this just really like fills up my chest with like so much
nostalgia.
Look at his face. Honestly though, this does hit kind of different because I remember being however old I was and like barely understanding half of what they were saying, and now that I like actually am a young adult and I understand what they're talking about, it makes a lot more sense, and it's also a lot funnier. He looks like a fish. Also, he's glaring at her because he can't hear her thoughts. It's just such a good little subtle thing. Could he be any more dramatic? I get that he's like really wants to eat her, but at the same time, have you not been practicing how to control your urges for the past however many years you've been alive? Look at his hair. It's like at first glance, it looks fine, but then the more you look at it, you're just like, what happened? Also, the way that this is framed, it looks like he has wings. Oh my god, I didn't even know. Is she sniffing herself? It's so sad. He just caused her so much trauma.
What's up, Arizona, huh? How you liking the rain, girl?
Why are they harassing this girl? I get that she's new, but like, they gotta stop. Also, it does rain in Arizona. Not frequently, but it rains there.
Really awesome. Why are you shutting down my game?
Oh my god. He's back and he's wearing short sleeves.
Edward Cullen.
Okay. Explain this to me. He left for a week because he could not stand to be around her because he wanted to eat her so bad. And now he's back and he wants to talk to her? I get that he just wants to investigate a little bit more, but at the same time, wouldn't he like ask his teacher for a different lab partner or something like that? I feel like there's a lot of solutions before he comes to the conclusion that's like, can't beat him, join him, gotta talk to her. Like, you don't. You could just switch your seat. Also, the unlikelihood that he would have gone as long as he did without having a lab partner, it doesn't make any sense. How did he not have a lab partner when it's so clear that literally every girl in this school is so eager to like get in his view, you know? Like, somebody would have volunteered to be his lab partner, right?
It's the fluorescence.
He could have just said, yeah. That would be a much more reasonable explanation. He could just be like,
yeah, sometimes I like to change things up. I think it looks cool when I change my eye color sometimes. So every couple of days you might see me with a new eye color.
that's like a much better explanation than,
It's the fluorescent light.
like, what are you talking about? That's not a thing.
Even if it is a thing, it's a dumb thing, and I don't care. It's not an excuse. He could have done better.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The most iconic scene ever committed to film. Also, what is she doing? Why is she just standing there? Is this like the hangout? Yeah, let's all go to the parking lot and just stand there. That is so good. Look at their faces. This is the best scene ever. It's like a little bit more anticlimactic now that I'm watching it when I'm older. It's not as cool as I thought it was, but it's still pretty cool. Look, I get that that was like a gross display of his powers, but he just saved someone from dying. Are they really mad at him about that?
You might experience some post-traumatic stress or no signs of any head trauma. I think you'll be just fine.
The first thing he said is that you might experience some post-traumatic stress. And then he ended with, I think you'll be just fine. Those two statements do not equal one another. Something is wrong in that equation, Mr. Doctor.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
No. Just say no! Oh my god. For vampires, these people really don't know how to cover themselves, do they? This didn't have to be as big of a problem as they're trying to make it. Like, they could have just never mentioned it again. She would never know. But instead, they have to make a big deal about it and have these weird public conversations in a hallway at the hospital.
I was standing right next to you, Bella.
No. You were next to your car. Across the lot.
No, I wasn't.
I hate this scene. I really hate it. Like, I hated it back then and I hate it now. It's a great example of gaslighting, which makes it terrible.
Can't you just thank me and get over it?
Well, the thing is, she might have just let it go and thanked you if you hadn't been such a jerk.
What I mean to say here is that Edward is really driving Bella's curiosity forward by very obviously acting as though there's a secret that he has to keep. If he was just nonchalant about it and was like,
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was crazy. It was really weird. You're right. Maybe I do have superpowers.
like if he were just like more lighthearted instead of hostile about it, I guarantee you she would have let it go.
They could have handled this so much better and they didn't. And the reason that she's so fixated on it now is because of them. This is not her fault. No, like imagine that. That is so scary. Like, I don't understand how that's supposed to come off as like a romantic, oh my god. Like, it goes beyond just like being a weird thing for a guy to do to a girl. It's a weird thing for anybody to do to anybody.
Go to prom?
It's almost like he wants her to know at this point. He's literally staring directly at her, basically saying,
Yeah, I hear everything you two were saying.
do you want her to know or not, buddy?
Prom. Dancing. Not such a good idea for me.
Didn't you get the memo, small town boy? She's not like the other girls. She doesn't dance at proms, okay? She doesn't go to school functions at all, actually. And if she does go, she's not wearing a dress. She's wearing pants and sneakers, Converse.
What's in Jacksonville?
Why would you ask her that? Does he want her to know? Like, that's the only conclusion I can come to. He wants her to know that he's dead.
I mean, you don't even say hi to me.
Hi.
I really want to love these two together because I remember that this gave me like such a sweet nostalgic feeling. He's just being rude to her. Like, what's the appeal here? I get that he's trying to protect his identity, but it's his fault that she's questioning his identity in the first place.
Look, I'm sorry I'm being rude all the time. I just think it's the best way.
The best, just don't talk to her.
Bella, we shouldn't be friends.
So stop going. I'm so tired of this dude being like, I don't want to be around you, but like actively approaching her to tell her this. If you don't want to be friends with her, just leave her alone. She'll get over it. Because like it or not, she's still a young adult teenage girl. She has other things on her mind. And if she doesn't, she'll find something else to be on her mind.
I mean, why didn't you just let the van crush me and save yourself all this regret?
Did she for real just tell him that he should have just let her die? So that he could not be uncomfortable around her anymore?
You don't know anything.
Jesus Christ. How old are you, dude? I know how old you are. Do you know how old you are?
I only said it'd be better if we weren't friends, not that I didn't want to be.
God, I really want to like Edward. Why won't he let me like him?
It means if you were smart, you'd stay away from me.
Okay, she was. You just approached her, not the other way around. He keeps coming up to her and then making her feel dumb for wanting to be in a relationship with him when he's the one who keeps going to her.
What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
What an edgy line.
Edward's such a bad boy.
I legitimately wanted a vampire so bad. I don't know why I used the past tense. I still want a vampire. If vampires are real, on my deathbed, can one of you please just come meet me? Like, I've spent too long believing in you to, like, not have you be real. They say women die on the average of, like, 80 something. That's like 62 years. I'll die soon enough. I won't tell anyone because I'll be dead, so...
Really, it's just like an old scary story.
What happened to Jacob's character? He's just like the buddy. And I feel like it's a lot easier to fall in love with somebody who's just your buddy than it is to fall in love with somebody who's become jealous and weird that you're with somebody else now. I get that he's like imprinting on one of her eggs, but like still, he's so good. And then they just completely destroy his character as the movies go on.
Get in the car.
It's a good thing that he is lurking around. Like, I don't know. This makes me feel like really mixed. He's stalking her. Like, there's no way around it. Edward is stalking Bella, and he has been for a long time, and that's so bad. But it's like they almost want you to think it's a good thing.
Oh, thank God he's been stalking her, because now she's not going to get attacked by this group of dudes.
It's not a good thing that he's stalking her. It's a good thing that he's around at this time to save her. Right?
I should go back there and rip those guys' heads off.
Yeah, rapists don't deserve to live. I don't even feel bad about saying that. There is not a single rapist on earth, man, woman, child, anybody who deserves to live. And you won't ever be able to convince me otherwise.
Just put your seatbelt on.
You should put your seatbelt on.
See, it's moments like this, like the brief levity of his character, that makes him appealing. But it's so, like, moments like this are so few and far between that it's, like, not even worth it anymore. We got him. We got him. This is not my favorite flavor. I think my favorite is probably the Chipotle Ranch ones, but they don't sell those anywhere. They only sell these and then the regular ones. And they also only sold like the habanero ones, like the purple ones, for like 2 days. And now like you can't get them anywhere and they're so good.
So, are you sure there isn't anything I can get for you?
Why are all the girls obsessed with him though? He's not even really that cute. He's not unattractive, but he's not cute enough for all these girls to be falling all over themselves for him, right?
I feel very protective of you.
Okay, that is literally all he had to say. It doesn't excuse what he did, but he could easily just brush this off as like,
I'm obsessive about things. Sometimes I get obsessed about things. I'm not dangerous. I'm not gonna hurt anyone, but I do sometimes fixate on things and sometimes fixate on people.
he could easily turn this into like him just having like a mental thing, right? Like that would still be really messed up, but like he wouldn't have to reveal his superpowers, right? Like that would be such a better,
I don't know.
It'll give your old man some peace of mind.
Why would she refuse the pepper spray after the night she's had, after she was just like literally almost attacked? No, not even almost, she was attacked.
And found out that one of her classmates was literally stalking her.
If anything, I think she'd be like,
Oh yeah, give this to me. I'll keep it forever.
you know?
Then ask me the most basic question. What do we eat?
Okay, well if you're a vampire, we already know what you eat, dummy. He looks like a pouty little boy. He looks like a baby who's about to vomit.
I wanted to kill you. I've never wanted a human's blood so much in my life.
Okay. That's the moment when it stops being like,
Ooh, sexy teen vampire.
and becomes, oh my god. Like, what does it take to turn this girl off? Bella, this is not hot. He literally wants to kill you. There are so many problems with this. This is an allegory for like every bad boy story in the world. If a dude is giving you a warning that he wants to, not only wants to, but is 100% intending to hurt you, that's not him being a bad boy. That's him giving you a warning to back off before he does hurt you. There is no I trust you to be better. There is no I can change you. He wants to hurt you, and he's saying that he will if you don't back off. This isn't cute. This isn't hot. This isn't sexy. This is a precursor to abuse. I want to like Edward. I want to love Bella. I want to be in their relationship with them, but like, this is really bad. Literally all the times that he said no, and all the times that she's just been like, I don't care. Kill me if you want. I know that nobody like actually takes this seriously, which good, but like the fact that this was made. Meanwhile at school, does no one care that these two were just mysteriously gone? Is no one launching a search party like, hey, where are they? They didn't show up for their last like 5 classes. Someone go get them. Like, I can't help but laugh because it's so dumb.
So spread the word out of the res, huh? Keep the kids out of the woods.
Will do. Don't want no one else getting hurt, do we?
I feel like at that point, she should automatically just be like,
Oh, so werewolves are real too.
especially after Jacob told her that story about how he thinks that his ancestors descended from wolves. That would be like the next step in Bella logic, right? This does not seem like a next movie thing that she just now discovers. You know what I mean?
I would never tell anybody anything.
This is the dumbest conversation. Even if she did tell, who would believe her? Like, as much as I really hate Edward for gaslighting her at the beginning, who would believe her? Literally nobody. She could present them with all the evidence that she found, but like, no one would believe her.
All right, I'm gonna take you on a tour of the rest of the house.
What right does he have to be like,
Oh my god, they're embarrassing me. They're so weird.
2 seconds ago, he was literally like,
Yeah, I want to rip your throat out. I've been fantasizing about killing you since the second we met.
now these guys are like, yeah, we made you dinner, too bad you can't eat it. And he's like,
Oh my god, you guys are embarrassing me.
This kind of stuff just doesn't exist.
Does in my world.
I can climb trees in my world.
like, what? Some of the dialogue is just so bad.
How did you get in here?
The window?
Do you do that a lot?
Just the past couple of months.
Look at her. She couldn't be more thrilled. What's wrong with this girl? Ew. I got it. I'm sorry. I have to fast forward. I have never been more uncomfortable.
Hey, don't go.
Yeah, please go, actually. Oh my god, he's so beautiful. I'm like flip-flopping between he's just average and then shots like this. He's still kind of average, but like he's average with good lighting.
Honestly, I think it might be just because they didn't mess up his hair like they've been doing this whole time. Like it's not in a weird vertical column on the top of his head. Also, Robert Pattinson, if you ever see this, I'm not saying that you're ugly. I don't think you're ugly. I definitely had a crush on you when I was a little girl. Even if you were, who cares about my opinion? I'm just some random girl making videos in her bedroom. Don't get low self-esteem. My opinion really does not matter on this front. Anyway, bye.
Aw, see? That's okay. If they just stay up all night talking. As long as he's invited through her window and doesn't just sneak in for months.
Still got that pepper spray?
That's not an unreasonable question. She's a young girl going off by herself with some dude.
Some dude who has literally gleefully admitted to stalking her, sneaking into her bedroom while she's sleeping, and wanting to literally kill her.
She needs the pepper spray.
Okay, now I see why you need the thunder.
I still don't. Is it because they hit the balls loud? Like, that's the only thing I can think. Like, is that why? I don't know. I get that it's Rosalie's thing to be hostile, but like, just calm down.
I am Laurent, and this is Victoria, and James.
Why are they so weird? Why are they all just so weird? Is it you become a vampire and you suddenly forget how to be like a normal human being? Well, I guess they're not human beings anymore, but like, you just forget how to be a normal person and how to have normal conversations.
You brought a snack.
Really such a big deal? Does nobody in their world associate with human beings? I find that beyond impossible.
We have to kill him. Rip him apart and burn the pieces.
That escalated fast. They have to kill somebody now?
Belle, you are my life now.
But why? This is the thing that I've wondered about vampires for my whole life. If you're old as heck like him, what do you see in a teenage girl? Is it that you turn into a vampire and then you suddenly get into the state of arrested development? I can't justify it any other way, because I would think that your mind would continue to age, maybe slower. How could someone that old see anything or have anything in common with somebody that young?
I was prepared to wait for you. But then Mom came home after she received a very worried call from your dad.
This dude sure is going through a lot of effort for this one human. There's several billion humans on Earth. He can't take a bite out of one of them. Took not a lot of time for him to become obsessed with this girl. One gust of wind.
Honestly, I'm starting to think that's a bit of... Honestly, I'm starting to think that that's a bit of a trend for this movie. That's exactly what happened with Edward at the start when she walked in front of the fan and then he suddenly had a heart attack on the spot.
Oh my god, the pose! She looks so scared too. Like that's the main downfall. They could easily have made this like a hilarious production. Any movie that is supposed to be even a little bit serious has to have moments of levity. And the moments of levity that they have are okay, but they're not good enough to carry the rest of the film. I feel like I don't really know any of these people. The ones that I do know are the ones that are not the most important. It's a shame.
But not stronger.
Ooh! See the little neck stroke? Somebody's got a crush.
Try to suck the venom out.
No, I won't be able to stop.
Find the will to stop.
Why can't Carlisle do it? He's good. He has control. I don't think this is the time to be trying to teach your kids life lessons. I think this is the time to save a life.
Bella.
Jacob.
Where did he come from? I am so tired of this weird trope where men just like appear around the bushes in the woods. Like, what are you doing?
Hey.
Oh my god, I was right. She wore pants and Converse.
I leave you alone for 2 minutes, and the wolves descend.
She's gotten literally every single clue possible.
Oh, he's so cute.
She's gotten literally every single clue possible to tell her that werewolves exist, and she still just thinks it's a joke. Oh no! Who is watching? Who could it be? Great way to end, but I am glad that we're done. Okay, so that was Twilight. God, that movie. It's not even that I dislike Twilight. It's good. It's just long. I do not remember it being that long or arduous to watch that movie. I have mixed feelings about it. Like, you can't deny what Twilight has done for young adult genre movies, but at the same time, literally everything in that was so toxic and so bad. It's like this weird dichotomy of like, I'm nostalgic and I enjoy it, and I'm also like not into it at all. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, tuning in, watching Twilight with me. Peace sign. Bye!